What is up, everyone? Welcome to Trade Academy. Guys, we got a lot of stuff going on these crypto bubbles around here. I just want to show you. We got Bitcoin right here up 1.6%. But if I move around, you'll see there's a lot of red going on there, to include Ethereum here on the daily. Down, red, lots of red, guys. We're going to be taking a look at what's going on in the market charts right now. We're also going to be taking a look at this key resistance level that we're seeing on Bitcoin that we need to get through. We're getting a lot of resistance on it, and we're going to be looking at that and a whole lot more. Time to get it, guys. By the way, yes, I have some bearishness for you. Brace for it, RMT. It's coming your way. Let's go ahead and do it, guys. Class is in session. Welcome to Trade Academy. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Trade Academy. This is our afternoon show we bring to you Tuesdays, Thursdays, and anytime there's big market moves. And we talk about how to do trade setups. How are we looking at getting into this trade? What are we seeing on the charts? How would we approach it? All that good stuff. Shout out to everybody in the chat right now. I see Alex L. Crypto in the house. What's up, man? I appreciate you being here, bro. If you guys don't follow Alex L., you should. You got Retro Mike Tech, except there's no bearish talk. I'm unsubbing. I got you, bro. I got you. Username in the house with us right now. The Biomex, guys. Tonight's Billy Goattails. I'm going to be sharing that here in a while, too. So make sure you're there for that. And then Buck also with us right now. Let's go ahead, though. I'm not doing it alone today, guys. I got peeps. I got the OC guy. What's up, bro? How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. Pretty excited to see the markets. They're just unstable. I mean, that is part of what I want to see before seeing a clear move to the upside or downside. I mean, we're just shaking the three, and then to figure out a way to move. Alex, teach me what? I don't know. All right. Other than that, very fun. I mean, it's been a crazy morning, and I'm pretty excited to see where are couple of things. I'm looking at OM, looking at Super, and also looking at a couple of other things. In the meantime, also looking at Litecoin and Ethereum. But other than that, let me try it back to you, Piper.
Yeah, I'm looking here. Dow closing down today. The Dow is going to be, the market's just closed. So it's down about 7/10, about 0.75%. The S&P down 0.75%. And the NASDAQ down about 0.6%. So pretty decent sell-off of the stock market. We've seen a lot of sell-off in the cryptos today. But the one thing we didn't see a sell-off on, quickly recovered, was Bitcoin, OC. So I don't know. We're going to have to take a look at that. Let's go ahead and jump over to my chart here. We'll look at these bubbles and we'll take a look at these liquidations that happened today. Guys, I want to show you this. This morning when we did this live stream, we were at $2.28 trillion. We added 0.2 trillion. So $0.02 trillion to the market cap for an increase still. Despite all of this red, if we go down here and we take a look, I mean, you can see on the daily here, Bitcoin's up 1.5, but BNB holding at 0.93% up. The hourly just now flipping because we're now starting to get that bounce. But I mean, just look at these, like 2.2% down on Toncoin, 1.1% on Ethereum, 3.1% on Avalanche, 7.3% on Sui, 4.7% on Uniswap, 5.7% on Tau. Internet Computer, ICP down 3.5. Like, we had quite a bit of sell-off today for Bitcoin to come back and swing its way back into green, man. I hit a little, I'm late, work is so rude today. Alexander G, you never, ever have to give an excuse. You have a hall pass forever from the professors. Don't worry about it. You're good. But it had a little pullback, but the bulls came swinging back hard. But what happened with the markets today? We'll talk about that a little bit. Let's jump over to the economic calendar. Just to remind you guys, nothing major today, just some Fed speeches. Tomorrow, nothing major. Thursday is going to be the first big day. It's going to be retail sales month over month. I want to go over here and talk about this, though, because real fast, I'm just running through this stuff. We did get, we are down to 2.5% chance of no rate cut, no rate hike. It is now looking like a 25 basis point rate hike is coming in at a 97.5% chance. I want to jump over here to the heat map, but it's not for that. I want to see the actual liquidations. There we go. Liquidations, 24 hours. Here we go. This is what I wanted to see. We're going to look at the past 12 hours here, guys. There was $100 million in shorts that were liquidated, 144 million in longs in the past 12 hours, guys. Pretty hefty swing there that we had, and it wrecked people in both directions. So, OC, we talked this morning that we thought we were going to see. I said, I think there's still a chance that we get a pump today. Do you remember that? Even though things were selling off, markets were selling off, Bitcoin was at resistance, I said, I still think that we get a pump today. The oscillators are telling me that there's still more room to grow. And that's exactly what we saw, but it seemed to only apply to Bitcoin. So what's your thoughts on that? What is your reasons for what you're thinking is why Bitcoin came back swinging so hard and everything else said, yeah, I'm exhausted, whatever, go. So your thoughts?
Well, I think, and I like to keep it simple. I know I'm the spaghetti man, and by the way, shout out for you guys that says sexy spaghetti. I really appreciate you guys. But let's remember that now we're trying to jump into the big boys contest, right? And we are the smallest. We are the wimp of the big guys, right? I mean, yes, we're flexing. It's Bitcoin, but can you even compare it to Tesla? Can you compare it to Apple? Can you compare it to Nasdaq? Can you compare it to Dow Jones? I would say not really. But we now have an come on. I was about to say we already have an STD, but no, we already have an ETF.
Actually, I'm
So
glad you asked that question. You said, can we compare it to Apple, Nvidia, Tesla, all those things, right? This
yes.
morning I showed you guys on my Seeking Alpha subscription. I said, look, it's saying Bitcoin strong buy. Do you remember that this morning? Yeah, let's go take a look at that, OC, and let's just see how it compares and stacks up. Here's the Magnificent Seven. They're talking mainly about Tesla here. Look at that. Strong sell, OC. Tesla stock, sell signal after non-event. Technical analysis downgrade. Apple. Apple investors are betting that things are different this time. It's got a sell indicator. That's two of the Magnificent Sevens are giving a sell or a strong sell indicator. This morning, we just saw Bitcoin, them saying it's a strong buy. You should probably buy Bitcoin. And so is it as big as those? Sure. No, not in the market cap. Is it stronger than those? According to Seeking Alpha Analysis right now, it is. But I think that when you look at the total crypto market, absolutely have some weak ones out there that are pulling down the ship. You got some holes that are pulling down the ship that is Bitcoin. So let's go jump into that Bitcoin chart, OC, and let's talk about that because I do have a key level here that I'm looking at. I'm gonna pull up some of my traditional stuff here, and then we can start looking at some of those altcoins. I want you though to, before we get into those, start off with DJT. We're going to talk about DJT. That is Donald J. Trump Media. Massive sell off today. So get that ready. I'll be right back to you. Let's jump over here to my chart, guys. That is not my chart. I need to do a screen share change. There we go. It is on Safari. And let's put that on my primary display. Bam. There we go. Hey, look at that. It works every time. 70% of the time. Guys, here's the level that I was watching for us to get that rejection on this morning. It was when we were coming in right here. I'm looking at a 1 hour chart. This is the candle right here. And I said, this level, the 786, is a very critical level for us to get above. This is the platinum pocket. If you guys don't understand what the platinum pocket is, let me put this back on like a 12 hour. And I'll show you guys the history of the platinum pocket here. This was all platinum pocket play right here. And matter of fact, our all-time high literally rejected off of the 887. So this is a very critical area for us to retake if we're going to continue bullish momentum to the upside of Bitcoin. Now, on top of that, we've got Chart Prime printing off a pattern here for us, and we are also hitting that. And if we take a look at that hourly at what happened, I just want to walk you through the morning when we talked about that. I entered my short, made that money. When it started to get a nice little pull up here, about right in this area here, is when I said, okay, I'm out of my short, took my money on that, got a long running now. But you can see 1, 2, we little front run candlestick there, and then a absolutely wick rejection there. That is the 786, guys. We got to get above this. Problem is, we already had a downtrend. I said if this comes back and it cools this off, we would be okay. Well, it was not really much of a cool off because 1 hour later we pumped back up again. But now we're starting to curve here, and I'm watching the volume. The volume's starting to slope. The money flow is starting to come down a little bit. Overall, looking at this chart, I do think that we have a strong battle to get through here. If we can break this and prove it as support, story changes. But as of right now, with the market selling off that we're seeing, and then the altcoin selling off that we're seeing, I don't know that Bitcoin is going to get through this. I think I'm going to enter another short on this line. That would be $67,200. I'll enter my short there. I'm looking to ride this down to the dynamic reactor here, exactly where we tested back here on the hourly. Matter of fact, take a look at the 4 hour. Let it load in. Thank you very much. And you will see that we have a very critical area here. Am I missing some indicators? I am missing some indicators. Can you come back in for me? Thanks. Yeah, so I am watching for this to come back down to the 4 hour. There's that 4 hour touch right there. We touched it perfectly on the dynamic reactor on the 4 hour. I'm watching for it to come back and touch there on the 1 hour, which is going to be coming in right about 64,000. 63,837. That's where I'd be watching for that. So, Bitcoin, like I said, critical level to get through there. It's going to be a very hard level to push up against and break because of its history. But I do think that we need a little bit of cool off anyways. One thing I will point out, a pullback down to that dynamic reactor, guys, for a cool off of that range there, that would put us back in the range of the 100-day, of the 200-day simple moving average, I should say. That's all we really need to do. Just retest that, hold it as support. I'll stay bullish on that. But if we don't, then probably looking to head back down and start playing back into our areas of volume over here. I do have a fixed range volume profile in here that I can show you what that would look like. Can you come in for me? There you go. Turn that on. Thanks. Looking at this fixed range volume profile, guys, here. If we come back down, I'm looking at that range. If we fall down, about $63,000 would be a good level. If we break past that, you're looking at about $60,000 being your last hold on Bitcoin that you can do there. So can you guys do a quick look at OP? Not sure to long or short. We can look at optimism. Bitcoin is trading identical to the Russell 2000. That's interesting, Alex, though, because the Russell 2000, if you guys don't know, it's small caps, right? It's where people tend to go when they think that the markets have. The Russell 2000 kind of plays against the S&P like altcoins do to Bitcoin. Bitcoin does its run, altcoins do the little rally afterwards, right? So it's interesting that it's mirroring the Russell because they looking at Bitcoin now as a small cap in comparison to the stock market? That would be an interesting ideology to follow, Alex, though. Thanks for pointing that out. I appreciate it. OC, let's go ahead and kick it over to what you've got going on. I'm watching that level. Like I said, that level coming in for me is about the range of about 63,800. What are you seeing on your chart? And then let's go look at those alts. Look at DJT and then alts. Just run with it. The floor is yours, sir.
Absolutely. So let's get started with the weekly. Weekly, I do have a little bit of hopium, but once again, we need for confirmation, right? I know waiting a week, it's a little bit too long, especially if you're in crypto, you are waiting to things for things to start moving fast, right? But we need a little bit more patience at this point. Remember that if we can make it above this trend line that I have here, well, then that will be maybe breaking a bull flag, and that bull flag could be taking us to 95 or whatever, right? Let's go to the daily here. On the daily, it's been a bumpy day here. We have a beautiful movement yesterday, and then a new candle here that has been going up and down. Right now, it is just an indecision candle. I would say it is very equilibrated. It's still pushing for the upside breakout. We are also pushing above the zero line here, so this is giving me much more hope that we're gonna be breaking above. Let's finish it up in the 4 hour here, and we have a ton right here of volatility. What I was saying is that right now, being with the big body or the big brothers in the space, we already have an ETF, right? And that ETF will involve what investors do, how they put and pull money or liquidity out of those areas. And I believe that it is some sort has to do with this, right? Uh, but we still need for a wait out. At this point, we have confirmed a breakout above that resistance line. I'm looking for a little bit of a retracement as we come back down, and then we have a flip of the ribbon. I'm not going to be just blindly jumping in here. I want to jump in once I start seeing that movement upwards, and then also I see that flip of the ribbon. I do believe that we're going to make it, that this time could be the one, but still, I'm going to be prepared because we could at any point fail this trend line and then going to visit the dynamic reactor. All right, so remember, plan for your worst case scenario. Let me jump to DJT. DJT, talking about stocks. I mean, this was a
Hold on.
big.
Before you
Oh,
jump in on that, guys, this
yes.
is why he's getting ready to do DJT. Breaking news, Trump media stock DJT has been halted. They halted the trading on it. So it actually would have been worse if they not halted it. After suddenly plunging without any major news, the stock is now down over 20% from its high of the day. What just happened? OC, show us that chart. Show us that beautiful chart footage.
Absolutely. Now we can see it right here on the 4 hour. I mean, if we start looking at daily, it doesn't seem that worst or that bad. But let's remember that this is a stock. This is not a crypto, right? So a drop from 33 to 27. That is kind of like a big deal. Have we seen that? Absolutely. I would say that despite this is to be worried about, I would say this not yet alarming, but I can actually start drawing a trend line here, and that trend line coexists very nicely with the dynamic reactor. So maybe that pullback wouldn't be that bad. And remember, this is the Trump Median Technology Group, who's also running for president. I don't know. Is it taking profits? Is it an attack? Is it a tinfoil hat theory to be discussed? I don't know. You be the judge. But at this point, I think it is nothing to be worried about so far, and a that retracement could bring up another push to the upside. Just bear in mind that we have some bearish divergences, and the cloud is very compressed. So if we move downwards and then we hold the trend line, I think we're gonna be fine. But if we fail the trend line on price action, doesn't matter if we fail the zero line, but we need to hold the price action here at around 21.88. If we hold it, we're fine. And I think more upside is for the upcoming movement. Other than that, turn it back to you, Piper.
Awesome. I see Melissa's in here, Trade Intuition, DB Cooper. Mark Dutch said Trade Intuition sent me here. That's a lie, Mark Dutch. You just bounce back and forth between all of our houses. That's all you do. You're like that kid that never ate dinner at home with his own family because you ate at all of your friends' house. We understand. We got it, man. We got Wick in the house. Lunar Beach is in here. The Biomex. Yeah, DJT getting that pulled back for like really no reason, like no reason at all. It's a little odd. It's a little worrisome if you're watching the election stuff. But let's go take a look at what I'm seeing over here because it happens tonight. You guys got to be aware of it. First off, shout out to Redman. Choose your inner circle wisely. Taking action is surrounding yourself with the right people. Arby Piper. A little throwback to chapter 3. You guys don't know they're doing a NFT storybook of all of the first season. So that was one of the things that I said there. It's surrounding yourself with the right people. But tonight, guys, Billy Goat Tales, we are going to be having Rob, Digital Asset News, great friend of mine personally, lives here in the El Paso area, half the time Puerto Rico, the other half. Brilliant guy in crypto and how he breaks down news. So very excited to see him on tonight on Billy Goat Tales. I will definitely be there. You should be too. Trade Intuition. Do you want to come up, bro? I can't send you a link on Telegram because I'm having an issue. But if you message me on X, I will send you a link if you want to drop in. Just let me know, man. I got you. Piper gives no love to TradeFly. Oh, bro, I saw you, and then I was gonna say something and I forgot. Shout out to TradeFly. Here, let me get him. There you go. I love you, TradeFly. Thank you for being here, the host of the #1 show on Piper Academy, the Crypto Nightcap. He's in the house right now too. So, let's go and check out some charts here. OC, I am watching for. Sorry, I just saw a message over there, and it wasn't from Trade Intuition. I'm watching for the message. I was watching on the charts here. I want to take a look at Ethereum, and then I want to take a look at SUI. So I don't know why I want to do a trio cam. I'm getting ready for Trade Intuition in there, but let's jump over here to my chart. So I'm all over the place today. It's okay. Welcome back. We're looking here at Ethereum, then I want to take a look at SUI. So Ethereum got a little pump up here. I want to show you guys something. We had a breakout here, confirmed breakout on the chart pattern from Chart Prime. So shout out to you. Big win there to hit that perfectly. We retraced without really hitting anything. I mean, I'm sure this fib could be off just a little bit. It is pulled from high to low to high also from, 6 years ago. But what I'm watching here is Trade Intuition said, get ready to eat, but next time. Absolutely, bro. I'd love to have you on anytime you want to come on. We did get our pullback here to that target level of the breakout there, the smart target. So holding this right now might be a little important. Let's go see if we can pull in some other data. I want to go get rid of a whole bunch of noise on here. Let's do that. Bye and goodbye. All right, now we've got fibs on here, and somewhere in here I do have a fixed range volume profile. There it is. So looking at the fixed range volume profile, we do have a value area high sitting right below us still. Let's pull a new one and see how that's looking over there to the right. Fixed range volume profile. Let's grab this whole area here. We are getting all of our support on the point of control right now, guys. If we do a pullback, watch for $2,361. 2361 is going to be the point that we have to hold there. Looking at the oscillators on this right now, it does look like we have a pullback that's going to be coming in. Here's why. One, we had the VWAP overbought that triggered. We had the downtrend. We had the chart prime oscillator overboughts that printed. We got the oscillator ribbon coming down. The True 7 just turned pink. Money flow is coming down. Volume's coming down. What I'm trying to say is everything is pointing downward right now on the 4-hour. Let's take a look at the 12-hour and see how it's looking. Yeah, we're just now getting to the start of this on the 12-hour, guys. So I would watch for that point of control, 2361. Value area low on that coming in about 2143, and then we got the 236 coming in at 2000. I would think that this value area low is going to hold. It's been our key support here for quite a while. So going all the way back into December of 2023. So almost a year now, that level has been key. That's about 2150, 2140, somewhere in that ballpark there. Let's go take a look at SUI and then OC. We'll come back around to you. Do you got OP also, OC? We had a request for optimism.
Absolutely, I got it ready.
Awesome. Let's jump into SUI here. Okay. So I did that high, low, high trend-based fib extensions for you guys and said, look, if we hold the one-to-one line on here, that was the key level right there, about $2.27, $2.28. We have lost that, and we're now pulling down into the platinum pocket, guys. As long as we can hold the 786, we're still going to be in a continuation of setting higher lows. So I would not be overly concerned about that. Matter of fact, I might actually do a pickup at $1.89 for some pickup on SUI. It does look like we could get a decent pullback, but I want to show you we've had peak seekers before in the 12-hour, and all we really did was come back, test golden pocket support, and then run it out. I told you when we get those sideways grinds, it can really cool off a lot of stuff on your oscillators. So um, we do have the bearish divergence that printed. It does look like all of that is pointed downward, just like Ethereum was. But I think that SUI is much stronger than Ethereum right now, in my opinion. So let's watch for that 786 hold there, and that will be the key level of support that I'm watching on SUI. I do want to pull up a side by side just to see how this is looking. Yeah, we're already cooling off quite a bit here on the oscillators. On the RSI prime heat map, you can see back here we were really printing red. This all cooled off as this continued up. So right now we got a nice big yellow candle coming in to cool us off. I'm watching for about 50%, and that would be, oh, look at that. That would be the 50% line of the daily Bollinger Bands also coming in at that line there. You see that? That's right there. So that is what we're seeing for support, guys. Again, that's coming in at $1.89. That's where I'd look to get in on a long on SUI. Let's kick it back over to you, OC. See what you got going on.
Absolutely. So let's take a look at OP. So if you ever have trouble making a decision, there could be happening two things. If you don't know if you should be longing or shorting, maybe because you are either too zoomed in or too zoomed out, or the price is not there yet. So what I recommend is one or two things. First, make your analysis from the top down, and then get to the time frame that you feel the most comfortable, and you will have enough information to make a decision. Where is the best zone? Right? Maybe the price, it is not at that zone, so you need to wait a little bit. And the other one will be inverting the charts just to see a different perspective. Let's try to do the first one, right? So let's get started with daily. Daily, let's draw some boxes here, and you already can see my previous goal on OP. So basically, I was looking to buy whatever I could at this bottom and then sell at this top. I was bullish on it. I'm still bullish at it, but we still need to look for it because it seems like we do have a double bottom, but we didn't, or we have not yet make it through the dynamic reactor. So are we bullish or are we bearish? Based on the daily, we're bearish because we are below the dynamic reactor. We are in a strong sell still, but also seems like we are breaking the bearishness. Why? Because what is the best tool to measure a trend? A trend line, right? So let's draw a trend line and let's see how is that trend line playing out for us. So let's do this one. I think this is a good trend line to be looking at. Or if you want to leave that week out and then kind of like a go for the body of the candles, it doesn't make that much of a change, right? So at this point, we have been making higher lows, right? And higher highs so far. So what do we need right now? We need to make a higher high to make a continuation of that trend line. So does that mean that you're gonna buy? Really? I mean, I know you did not mention buy or sell, but I mean, since we are in an uptrend, most of the new traders will say, well, then I'll buy. But let me give you a little perspective here. Are you gonna buy at resistance? I only buy at support, right? So what would it be my best case scenario for buying? It will be at this retracement. What's going to be my best scenario for selling? It will be at resistance. So my selling scenario, it's gone. My buying scenario could be within play, right? Let's go also and take a look at my oscillator. How is my oscillator playing out? Well, then I am making a move through that zero line and I need to hold it. So let's go to the 4-hour really quick and keep pushing on this trade. Remember that I made a previous analysis on this one, and we were calling for that trade. The measured move was a little bit short, but pretty much played out very, very nicely. At this point, we are in strong sell, but we keep making those higher lows. We broke the pattern of making higher highs, so we need to be patient here because this is telling us that we are within a range. Let's use, for example, this tool, and you see that despite we broke the pattern of higher highs, we have not yet made lower lows. So we are within the limbo here, right? And looking at this chart will help you understand where you should be jumping in for long. Where's going to be your long entry? At support, at support, right? Where's going to be your short entry? I would say at resistance or at resistance. What is it closer? I would say at support, right? What would be the only way that that at this point I could be saying I'm wrong and I need to reevaluate once I break my resistance, my trend line, sorry, my support, my trend line, right? It's not about the breakout, it's about the retest. I lose the zero line, that means I lose my volume, and then I keep moving downwards. This is going to be my short entry for my next big support. What's going to be my next big support? TP number one, TP number two. What's going to be maybe my TPs for longing? Well, then if I retrace to this point, TP number one, TP number two, trailing it all the way up here. So that's what I got for the 4 hours. I think this really translates to the 15 minutes without much of a change. So just give it a look. It will be just looking like a swing trade. So just be patient as the pattern reveals itself to you. All right. That's what I got on OP. Passing it over to you, Piper.
Appreciate it, bro. Let's talk about some bearishness here. This is for Retro Mike Tech. So, looking at this, hold on. Let me get this to open first all the way. There we go. And then do it one more time because, hey, X likes to double click. Serious delinquencies on U.S. auto loans are skyrocketing. This just came out from the Kabisi letter a little while ago, guys. Auto loans that are 90 days or more in delinquency rate are now sitting at 2.88%, the highest since Q2 of 2010. So if you guys remember what that was the shakeout of everybody losing their booties after the 2008 collapse. The percentage has almost doubled in 2.5 years. Serious delinquent auto loans have been rising at the fastest pace since the 2008 financial crisis. At the same time, auto loan debt held by Americans rose to a record $1.63 trillion. That's 92% above the 2008 levels. Meanwhile, car insurance costs jumped by 15% in the first half of 2024. We've looked at that numerous times when we looked at the inflation. The number one thing that was causing the numbers to spike up on inflation most of the time, auto insurance. So hit a new record of $2,329 per year. The car market bubble is popping. Remember, those loans, those are at financial institutions and banks. So right now, they've got earning reports coming out this week. A lot of the banks do, and they are showing that they're doing pretty decent. But what will it look like 3 months from now is the big question. You guys know I keep talking about Q1 is going to be critical for the economy for if we are going to slide past that door, the big door shutting down called recession. If we're going to slide under that door and make it out of this, okay, I think that point of meeting that door that's about to close on us will be in Q1 of 2025. So it's going to be interesting to see how these 90-day plus, because usually that's about the max before they start calling the repo guy and saying, go pick up OC's Cadillac, So you look like a Cadillac, man. I'm just saying, OC. But big Texas horns on the front of it down in Mexico, playing La Cucaracha on your horn. There we go. That's what I see. So, yeah, we'll see how the earnings reports look in the next quarter. That's going to be coming out in Q1. So I was, all these little things that I'm constantly keeping my finger on the pulse on, and that's one of them that I'm seeing a lot on is auto delinquency rates. So remember, the car is usually the last thing that goes for people because they need it to get to work. If they're losing jobs, then they let it go first. So we'll have to see how the job numbers are looking and when those come out next month also. Wick said, yeah, man, at work, I see a lot of delinquent loans. Got to keep in mind, this isn't a COVID environment anymore. No rental freezes, no stimulus, no bored normies looking to be proselytized. Yes, I agree. That's we may have set a stimulus norm in people's mindsets that now they are now they think, oh, I'll be okay. The government will protect me. And yeah, you're right. It's not 2020 anymore. Buck said Escalade all the way. OC, we got time for a couple of more assets. Let's jump over to your screen, see what you got, and then we'll come back and I'll knock it out with a little bit of higher time frame look at what I'm seeing on the on Bitcoin right now. So
Absolutely. So one of the things that I sold a little bit before it is AKRO. Why? Because if we take a look at where it's positioning, I was looking for a spike. Let's just zoom in into what's happening really at the end in here, right? Let's go to the 4 hour, and we got already our spike in here. So perfect. I sold at the top. I am planning to re-enter at the bottom here. And remember, I'm trying to get those spikes to make them profitable, right? So this is one of my strategies. So that I really like, which I look for this kind of assets, and I look for them to be kind of like a somewhere that I don't think, or it seems like they're not going to be losing much more price action, right? So if we take a look at what's happening here, I think we can define this box as the we haven't lost it, right? So I don't think we're gonna lose it yet. So we are back in this area right here. What I'm looking for, it is a flip of the ribbon at any part right here. That will basically, whenever I'm bouncing from this area and I have a flip of the ribbon, I'm going to be planning for a possible reentry, just like I see right here, right? Just like I see right here. And then I write it up to take this target. What's going to be my box of target? It's going to be somewhere around this area. Let's just add a little bit less in here just to compensate for lack of liquidity. And just like that, I mean, hassle free, you could be making something around 28%, just careless, right? So, guys, I think this is a simple enough strategy. I'm not telling you to do it. I'm just telling you to seek for those kind of opportunities. And for me, AKRO is one of those, and I'm looking at it right now to maybe just about to execute an entry right here to catch the next spike. Other than that, turning it back to you, Piper.
perfect. Jumping in here, taking a look at what I'm seeing on Casper right now, guys. And one of my trade strategies on Casper using the Piper Sniper is I run two different Market Oracle Pro Plus indicators for the quantum reactor, one on slow mode, one on fast mode. Guys, this is actually screaming that the short moment was right here on September 28th for this downside move. And you can see the kill box has us sitting right now below the golden pocket. It is literally our resistance on the kill box here. These are auto printed dynamic fibs. Right now, you can see that this is the Caspa box, both sitting in target lock and target hold. This would have been the entry on that target right there. Confirmation there. That's where you start to really watch your trade closely. And then if it breaks back above this, you could take out your profit on the short. But watching this on Casper, I just wanted to see what it was seeing on the Piper Sniper. Looking at the at my other fibs over here, we are coming in on support, coming on the phase 618. That is 6.618 at 12.8 cents. This has been the level that I've said we have to watch, guys. And you can see here on Sunday over the weekend, we literally touched it almost to the dollar. If we break this, I'm watching this long trend line. Again, this long trend line, guys, goes all the way back to the 3 cent mark, 2 cent mark when I was talking about buying it originally. There's the 2.1 cent. There's where I started buying. There was my second purchase of it. And now it is coming back in on that line. That level is going to be sitting right there about, let's be sitting right there about 12.2 cents. So looks like we got a guest. We got a guest coming in here right now. Let me see if I can bring this up here. Where's that camera shot? I need the camera shot. Money shot, please. It's right there. Let's do that. And then let's do that. Yo, Trade Fly in the house. What's up, bro? Oh, your audio's all choppy. I don't know. I don't know. You may need to restart your audio, bro. But we got video. You can reset that if you want. But OC, that's what I'm seeing on Caspa. I do want to jump over here while he gets his audio going and show you guys what I'm watching here on the master Bitcoin chart that I'm always talking about, guys. Right now, we are breaking above that one-to-one line. That one-to-one line's coming in right now at about 65,470. The range box that we need to watch is this target box here. That target box is sitting at the all-time high. As long as we're trading in this box, I'm still bullish on Bitcoin. But if we start to break out of this again, like we did back here, then that level that I'm watching there at $51,000, that's going to be the key levels on Bitcoin, in my opinion. Right now, we're just sitting in the middle of it. Scalping, sure, all day long. Some little swing trades in there. There's some pretty good ones. We're looking at weekly candles here. But overall, I would say that we're sitting in a pretty sweet spot. What's up, TradeFly? How's your audio now?
I don't know. You tell me. Are we
It's
back?
great. What's up, dude? How you doing, man? I got the
There it
ladies and gentlemen,
is.
welcome the host of the #1 show on Piper Academy, the Crypto Nightcap, TradeFly in the house. What's up, man?
Hey, chilling, man, chilling. Just woke up probably about 45 minutes ago. I'm working nights, so I sleep until the afternoon. It's crazy, crazy, man. It's hard to kind of balance life working nights, but that's why we have the nightcap. So
That's
it
right.
spurred something good, man. So
It did. It's a
good
great
to be
show. It's a
here.
great show.
Glad to see you guys. Mixing up with you guys in the chat already, but yeah, man. What's up with you?
So did
What
you
a-
see what's going on with all the markets being red today? Like all the markets and all the altcoins pretty much red. Did you see that at the beginning?
I
Because
I
I've
saw it because that's pretty much the first thing I look at when I open my phone. But
all
yes,
right.
I did see
So
that.
it's very weird to see this right here where you've got Bitcoin up, BNB, okay, yeah, 0.06. It's about flat, but a lot of red on this thing, especially here on the daily. Just a sea of red. The market's all red, and Bitcoin over there just swinging its way back up to resistance. I'd like to, I'd like to hear your thoughts on that. Let's go back to Trio where you're that's where you are. Uh, I'd like to hear your thoughts on that. How is Bitcoin being completely resilient to markets pull back on S&P, NASDAQ, the Dow Jones? Alex O said it's matching up with the Russell 2000. Russell 2000 was up. Russell 2000 small cap stocks, right? And typically, after you get your big run, the final push goes into the small caps on stocks, just like
Mhm.
Bitcoin versus your small caps, your altcoins, right? Is Bitcoin the small cap of the stock world now? Has it moved into a new realm?
I don't know, man. That's tough. I mean, it is small cap in comparison, but the correlation that I saw, at least mostly leading into the bear market, and what was it 2022? That was a nice correlation between the Nasdaq and Bitcoin. So interesting to see the correlation between Russell. I've heard people talk about that before. I want to say Eric Crown may have done a video on that, or at least talked about it in some of his live streams. But I mean, Bitcoin has a tendency sometimes to move on its own, and we used to see that. We've seen this before. This is not completely new. We used to have that move where Bitcoin makes a move, Ethereum makes a move, altcoin makes a move, and that's kind of what you expected. That has not been the case recently. So, maybe we're seeing something a little bit more old school where, Bitcoin makes that move, but it's got a hold. It hit an area of resistance. And I think I heard you talk about this. And we've been talking about that trend line, man.
Yep.
The series of lower highs. All right. It went right to it. It wicked right off of it, and it wicked off of it hard. So retail was expecting that, I think. Is this a matter of people kind of jumping in once you get that big that wick off of it, and they're just like, okay, now we're gonna start lathering in because we see Bitcoin is now making a move up, and there is an opportunity here because if you look at the pattern right now is kind of a down and right, but yeah, I think it's a descending broadening wedge, and this is just me talking like off the cuff right now. But I think it is a descending broadening wedge when you look at it. Right, it almost looks like a bull flag coming off of that big move up, like from a big time frame. If you're looking at the weekly, those typically break to the upside. So it could be some crazy times here, but right now we are in a trend, and then I expect us to respect that trend until we break out. So I've told you guys before, I think that was going to be my exit, and that probably is going to hold true. To be honest with you, and I'm going to wait to see where we go. I'm actually more inclined to short right now than I am to take a long position.
I've got a short right on the platinum pocket. So Darren does things. Shout out to Darren does things. DDT said go take a look at Bitcoin dominance. Holy cannoli, guys! It's sitting at 58.79 right now. It's 58.80 actually. I think we're going to see 60% on this Bitcoin dominance easily, especially if Bitcoin continues to do what it's been doing. So,
That's a very clear trend up and right.
yeah,
Like just
isn't it
looking at
though?
your chart right there, like
Yeah,
it's a channel and it's just going up and right continuously. And you know what? I am as a person that does content creation and I talk about crypto every day, I am not surprised to see this. Bitcoin is daddy. I've said it from day one. I've been saying it for, a couple years at this point. Bitcoin is daddy. Okay. There's a couple other altcoins that will provide utility, but when it comes down to it, Bitcoin is daddy, and that is going to drive the market, right? So I think that why do we call them poop coins to keep it PG? Because they really don't provide anything. All right. It's a lot of them are gambling. A lot of these memes, I know you guys have fun with it. I know you like the community. All good in the hood. I get it. I like playing around with those too. But when it comes down to it, that S ain't real. All right. It ain't going to do nothing for you in the long run. So people might be getting smart finally. We'll see. But I would love to see probably 80% of those tokens just go away and vanish
I would
because it
love
does
that.
not add legitimacy to cryptocurrency.
That would make me extremely happy to see that. By the way, Alexandra G just said holy balls. So therefore, TradeFly, when next time that we sit down to do our emojis for the members, 2 balls with the halo. It's going in. That is happening. That is absolutely happening. So holy balls just for Alexandra G. So yeah, Mark Dutch said, I agree. Shitcoin sounds better. And Alex O Crypto said, we are all shorting 5-minute head and shoulders. So there you go. TradeFly, I appreciate you jumping in. I just wanted to hear your opinion on it and see what you thought and,
I
give you
came
a
in
shout
swinging,
out.
bro.
Hey, hey, I think that you should take a look at Bitcoin dominance this evening on Crypto Nightcap and see how it's looking then. And then also don't forget tonight is Billy Goat Tells. We got Rob from Digital Asset News, good friend of myself, of my own. Gonna go over and check him out. But I appreciate you jumping in with us for a minute, man. I know you're just waking up. So good morning. Good morning, crypto. In the morning show. And then we have the good morning to the guy that does the nightcap. So, it's just, we're just starting to stitch everything into one big circle of the circle of life. OC, you got anything for these people on the way out? I'm going to hand it off to TradeFly to give these people a shout out. So,
Not much, guys. Just stay safe. Remember that if you don't have a clear opinion or you don't have a clear path, hold it. Look for that confluence, and then jump in when you think that you have a clear view of the movement. I mean, it's not worth just to go inside something that's going to be moving up and down within the same candle, and then liquidating you as you short it and then you long it. Also, another quick tip is just look for your huge supports, your huge resistance, and stick to those. You're more able to make money at doing that than just joloing out. Other than that, turn it back to you, TradeFly.
TradeFly, give these guys an outro and I'll let you take the last word, man.
Right on. Hey, as always, it's great mixing up with you guys in the chat. You guys have really become an extended family. I see the same people in there every single day now, multiple times a day. So we love you guys. This is why we do it. And yeah, tune into the nightcap this evening. I'll have FD on. And actually, we have a guest. We have CVO Crypto on tonight. So we're going
Love
to
that
hit that
dude.
up this evening. Yeah, yeah. Good peoples. And then we'll push everyone over to BGT, man. So super excited. We're all a network, a family, and you guys have a great day. Trade safe. And remember, we are up against major resistance. So this is a critical area for us to keep an eye on right around that trend line that I'm sure Piper has shown you. So you guys take care. I'll see you later. And I'm out.
Later, guys. Thanks.